What's up guys and girls of YouTube, how are you all doing today? We have a special video detailing the discussion surrounding patch kits and other things within the World of Tanks forums and other discussion pages, that being Discord and Reddit. And I thought I'd like to give my own personal view, and in line with another comment I received on a video itself, these are my own views, they aren't other people's, they haven't been forced upon me or I'm just agreeing to go along with a bandwagon. I do actually hold these views myself. So, the video today was to discuss the current matter with the patch kits that were introduced for the weekend leading up to the June the 30th, the actual weekend itself, the 2 days. On the Monday they'd be removed. These are something of a controversial addition to the game. It was meant to be something on a trial, and most likely outcome though would it be added to the game on a permanent basis, but at a later date. The patch kits would allow a tanker to regain 20% of their vehicle's HP over 30 seconds, and whilst over the weekend they would be trialled and given for free, it'd be likely they'd been added to the game on a permanent basis at 20k silver a pop, and be more likely the outcome. So that being the case of similar to premium consumables like large repair kits etc, that would probably be how they would actually be implemented. The problem that this creates, and is one that I've seen around the community of players who are keen to make a difference to the game, and in a good way, and those who want the game only to get better, is that when you consider the tanks with the largest HP pools available and the amount of health they can get over 30 seconds, this will change the game and how people play it and the tanks they will play overall, and it will break it, in my own personal opinion, as well as those shared by other people. There are many issues with this game that I have my own opinions on, and some are shared with other people and some aren't. The discussion has been going on surrounding artillery for a long time. It has not been one that's going to end anytime soon. The discussion around premium ammo is another but lesser talked about topic, more so since the details surrounding the issues raised with World of Tank Blitz, where you could make any tank a premium tank, and people from then decided to spam premium ammo, which in turn made wargaming reduce the damage that the premium ammo did. When you consider that you can still make silver in a premium tank while spamming premium ammo and probably come out with a lot more silver, why wouldn't you? For me, I dislike the idea of something of a massive change with the most likely potential to ruin it in a way in which a game is played. In its current form, there are still plenty of things that should be looked into being changed. Adding in the patch kits that would change so much in the way a game is played and to drive new players away from the game, not something I should see as being actually added at all. It would also be something to add to know that the patch kits were tried in super tests, and the super tests themselves disagreed with them a lot. Are they even listened to? It's something that was relatively said on a large basis. You see it in the forums a lot, changes where the people are like, well, this is really clearly a bad idea, there might be a U-turn. I think we can go back to when artillery had friendly fire on. Not really useful when people decide to sit in front of their tanks and have them blown up. That was a U-turn that was created and then reversed. If you want an example of things that are game breaking, draw your attention to the MLTS. Not really something of a massive thing that there's so much of a problem, but then you look at it, the amount of havoc that tank can cause at lower tiers. If they do get to any considerable tier with the patch kits become effective, if that was the case that they would be, then how can you ever see that people who are playing in lower tiers are actually going to spend money in the game or even be retained as being players in the game? Thankfully as it is though, the patch kits are going to be removed from the testing period, and it seems to be that the current backlash from the community has made them change their mind. The current view now, as it is to see, is whether we can request and change things that will improve World of Tanks console overall. The current prerogative now is to see about having a list, a top 5 suggestion list that the community would seem to vote on, so give lots of ideas of what we can go forward in the top 5. We can then produce and give to Wargaming and say this is what the community would like to see changed. I would like to point out that I've seen other sides of the story from a number of people who themselves believe that the boycott was nothing short of a minority of players on the forums and elsewhere looking out for themselves. For this, that is okay. I would only counter that by saying that the forums is a place for a smaller number of players who play tanks, versus a vast amount of people who play this game and don't go on the forums and don't express their opinion. That's only in the same way that I play Rocket League or Overwatch. I don't use their forums, I don't use their Reddit for the games, and I understand that people do. And I understand that they themselves would have more of an impact on how things are changed. But if I did ever want to actually provide my opinion for it, then I would certainly go onto the forums and register and see what kind of opinions other people have, and whether I do or do not agree with them. We play this game because we enjoy it. We want to see the game to be amazing. We want the devs to know that when something is likely to be introduced, it's going to be bad, and that the current boycott that was discussed felt to me more like a way to get them to listen. There are far too many things on this game that I would love to see changed. The other people in the forum community who play this game and talk about this game as much as I do, will feel as if it's never listened to. I'd like to go back to the beta. I asked for the repair wheel to be fixed. This is I'm trying to think off the top of my head. A fair few years ago, there's always been an issue with the repair wheel in which you attempt to have something fixed and you actually have it highlighted and it doesn't. For many updates, this was not something that would ever change, but was something you would see pop up on the forums. And it's a wonder whether anything like that was actually ever listened to or attempted to be implemented. It's an annoying aspect, and it's one of the small things. There are certainly other things which are problematic, but not something, in my own personal opinion, that is as valid as a repair wheel. But I've got around that. I just use a lot of repair kits, which I suppose Wargaming would be happy with. But again, this is one example of a less known issue, but it was something that was brought up enough times but not really changed. Another great example is to use the current implementation of the weather maps and the current hate going towards them. They are annoying and boring to play, but they are still coming out with them. Changes are not always welcome in anything, but when you weigh up the problems that people bring up and the changes that actually get made, you start to see a trend forming where the topics brought up by the community are swept under the carpet. We would like to see this changed. I would like to see this changed. The boycott for me has been successful in showing that we can make a difference that will make this game better for everyone. New players and old, unicum and average players. We have to go out and thank Justin Ace for the discussion surrounding the boycott, as well as with the other clans and the players of the game who showed their support to something they believe in. And I'll provide links and information regarding the talk that will be held on June the 10th at 5 PM Eastern Time, with WCL staff to suggest the top 5 changes that the community would like to see changed. All you have to do is just check out Justin Ace's Twitter in the link to the description below for the poll results and for those video comments on what you would like to see changed. I'll link a description to the video itself. Just pop a comment down in the box on what you want to see changed in the game. I want this game to carry on being awesome to play. I love playing it, and I love making the videos that you guys enjoy. Your feedback makes me create the content you want to see, and your input to this game means everything. Everyone can actually enjoy it. There's no point in playing this game, seeing problems that you have with it, and not voicing your opinion on it. If enough of us get behind any sort of an issue that we have with it, something is very likely to change, and I would advocate you to do so. So with that being the case, the closing part of this I would say is, if you're not already registered on the forums or any sort of discussion pages such as the Reddit World of Tanks, I would say do so. You will quite frankly have an opinion on the game that you would like to see different. You would like to see something change within it. My own personal viewpoint on, say, the repair wheel or artillery is well known. Other people's opinions on the same subject are different to mine or exactly the same. Everyone is entitled to their opinion, providing you're actually able to provide facts, issues that you have which are legitimate concerns, which you can say this would be better if this was removed or this was added. I'd say join in the discussion and get with it. With that being said, it's time to go, and I shall see you beautiful people later. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and when I'm back in, normal service I presume, we'll be back in action and I'll have some more tanking videos. See you later.